Anybody can get lean once, but the real question is, can you stay lean? I remember when I first started getting into fitness and fat loss, some people would tell me weight loss is hard, but maintaining the weight loss is even harder. And I believed that for so long, and it is not true. So in today's video, I am going to tell you how to reverse diet the right way, and this is going to help you maintain leanness and not keep losing weight only to gain it all back again. Definitely ask me any questions you have, because I am planning on making a lot more content on this topic because it's something I get asked about a lot. So let me know and I got you covered. Okay, so how to reverse diet. So first of all, it's so important to remember that there's not like a formula I can give you that says add this amount of calories this frequently and then stop by this exact time frame, because everybody is so different. Your dieting past, how your body responds to things. There's just so many variables that come into play that you don't know how your body's gonna respond until you do it. So that's important to remember, but I'm going to give you as many tips as I can so you can adapt it to you and hopefully feel comfortable throughout the process. The simplest way to describe the process of reverse dieting is that you are making small calorie increases on a weekly basis. So it's not always going to be on a weekly basis though. That would be the most frequently you increase. I don't really think you would increase multiple times throughout the week because that just would defeat the purpose. So the most frequently you would add calories in would be once a week. Now, if you want to be more cautious, you can definitely go every other week. It's not something you would pre-plan. You wouldn't necessarily say, oh, I'm gonna increase by on these exact dates. What's better to do is make your first increase and then each week assess your progress and see how your body is responding. And if you feel you're responding well, like you feel like energized, maybe you feel a bit leaner even, then you know that week you're good to make another increase. If you're feeling like it's a lot of food and you're feeling like you're gaining body fat, then slow down and wait until the next week to increase. So yeah, basically you're gonna start with small increases each week, assess your progress. If things are going well, make another small increase. If things are not going quite as well, then hold off that week and make your increase the next week. So how much to increase? The smallest amount you would want to do would be 50 calories. So you could do like literally 50 calories that week, and then the next week you would be like, okay, things are going good, I'm gonna increase another 50 calories. So there's that. If you can make larger jumps up as well. It really just depends on how cautious you want to be. If you know for a fact that you're someone who gains weight really easily, then you definitely would want to start with the 50 calories, and then you would probably even want to just assume that you'll do every other week at least and not every week. So yeah, if you're someone like that, just do 50 calories and then assess things. If you're someone, say if you're eating super low, like say like 1,000 calories or lower, it might be smart to do your first jump 100 calories just to get yourself up to a little bit better of an amount. I mean, that's still really low, but yeah, you wouldn't want to be, it's like, say if somebody finishes say if they're preparing for a bikini competition, obviously their calories are going to be very low at the end, so they're not going to just add in like 50 calories. They're going to make probably even a couple hundred calories because they need to get their body to a healthier body fat. So in their case, it kind of is more intended to gain a little bit of weight, but not too much. But yeah, in this case, it's typically, I think with people I deal with, it's usually them wanting to lose fat but currently under eating. The biggest jump you would do is like 100 calories, and then even from there you could just assess things, and maybe the next week you would be like, okay, this is going well, but just to be safe, I'm gonna add 50 calories. Or on the other hand, maybe the first jump you make 50 calories, and then in the next couple weeks you realize you're responding well, and then maybe you'll do an 100 calorie jump. So just keep the increases obviously not too big. You probably wouldn't want to do much more than 100, 150 cals. You wouldn't want to do less than 50 because that's just so low, it just wouldn't really make sense. So yeah, you would keep doing those increases until you hit a reasonable amount of calories. Unfortunately, again, because we're all so different, I can't tell you exactly when to stop. So if you're someone who's trying to lose body fat, but you've hit a plateau and you've come to the conclusion that you need to reverse diet so you don't have to go on insanely low calories, you would definitely want to work up to maintenance and then stick with that for a couple weeks. Just really get your body like nice and fueled and doing well, and then you could subtract a few hundred calories and go into your caloric deficit and see how things go. If you're someone who just wants to say like finished a fat loss phase and now you just want to maintain, maybe slowly build muscle or recomp, you get to what you think is maintenance and kind of stick around that and see how things go. Say if you notice you're getting leaner or maybe you're feeling weak in the gym, then that would be a sign to maybe continue reversing for a little bit longer. Just make sure you're taking pictures, measurements, how clothes fit. The scale can be a useful tool, but don't use it as like the be all end all, because it also can be extremely like unreliable, and if it's gonna mess with your head, I wouldn't suggest using it. So typically you want to, again, it depends on your starting point, but you'll typically just want to be adding carbs and fats unless you were previously under eating on protein. So for me and all my clients, I always recommend just having a calorie goal and a protein goal, and this is completely fine. It's just as good as tracking your macros. The carbs and fats fall right into place. So when it comes to reverse dieting, even though I'm saying to increase carbs and fats, it doesn't necessarily mean you would have to start tracking them as well. You would just add foods that are more carb heavy or more fat heavy. So say if you have a bowl of oatmeal in the morning, you would just add, so oatmeal is carbs, so you would just add enough oatmeal to be 50 more calories and bam, you're good to go. Or on the other hand, maybe you want to increase a little bit of peanut butter, so you're getting 50 calories more of peanut butter. Peanut butter, that's what I would do. And there you go, that's more fats. And then you would still be just tracking your day, making sure you hit your new calorie goal and your protein, and then you've said like, okay, I increased my calories by adding more oats, and that's it. So you still wouldn't need to stress about every last macro. So when you're reverse dieting, like I said, the idea is to minimize body fat gain, and people are gonna respond so differently. I've had clients who lose weight by slowly reversing. I've even had people DM me on Instagram and say, oh, I took your advice of eating more and I jumped up a few hundred calories and right away lost weight. That's amazing. But again, not everyone is gonna respond that well. Some people will make a large jump and initially gain some weight, which isn't necessarily bad because your body can level out and get used to it. So there's that. Some people might just maintain, but either way, the process is so worth it because you can't be eating no food. Like if you're at 1,200 calories, like a crazy low number like that, and you're not losing body fat, you don't want to go any lower. So even if you have to temporarily take a step back from your fat loss goal in order to reverse, even if you gain a little bit of weight while doing that, it's honestly so worth it. Because if you're someone, I've had people be like, oh, I eat 1,200 calories a day, and if I eat even slightly over, I start to gain weight. Like that's not good. And at that point, you basically just need to accept that doing reverse dieting, slowly adding in food, no matter what the physical result is worth it in the long run, because then eventually you'll be able to lose weight on a more reasonable amount of calories and you won't be dying and suffering on no food. Okay, and that is all I have to say about reverse dieting for today. That rhymed. Oh. Like I said before, let me know if you have any questions, and I gotcha. I'm gonna answer them, I'm gonna make videos about it, and it's gonna be awesome. And all of you are gonna be like lean and eating lots of food and loving life, and yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So that's it. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!